Hello YouTube and welcome to Veltins Arena in Germany, site to race number 23 of the NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series season number 5, and join me in the booth yet again is Stephen Paul III.
Hello guys.
And if you didn't watch qualifying, you wouldn't know the starting grid, but here it is on your screen. On the front row will be RJ Reynolds and Johnny Gardner. Making up row 2 will be Max Anderson and Gene Sanford. Tristan Wilhoit and Jessica Shelton row 3, with Tim Randolph, Steve Pollard row 4, and Chris Wilson and Chris Louvier making up row number 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand it over to Stephen.
Well, once again, like I mentioned, Charles, the master of the eye. And as the truck race went pretty well, a few incidences. It was a pretty good race, seeing a lot of passing as Amanda Shelley won that race. I expect the same thing last year. Amy Shelley won this race, so look for her to be a favorite at this track. Stephen Paul III led a bunch of laps too. Look for them to come to the front, and might be some carnage. This is the shit show 590 laps. Will definitely be interesting, as the final row is Christopher Pierce and Bill Bragg Jr.
Yep, having to go to the rear of the field, and
Time disallowed.
is that what we're going with?
We'll go with that.
Coming into this one, the points lead for Charles Jackson is 328 points over the rookie Bill Bragg Jr. Vince Almarego is 387 back. Tristan Wilhoit 426 back. Sam Young, Henry Sanford, Chris Washer, Dylan Young, Delon Abrahamian, and Tim Randolph round out the top 10, as here comes the command to start engines here today.
Drivers, start your engines!
Screen will freeze for a moment as I look up the actual race sponsor.
The Mercedes Dirt Derby
Classic. Yep. As Johnny Gardner with driver's right. Thank goodness I was able to figure out how to get this to work out, even if it isn't the most ideal thing in the world.
Yep, as here we go. Definitely interesting. Jeff James won the inaugural race here. Let's see who wins today's race here.
As the green flag is out, we're underway.
So drivers left, like Charles said, to prefer Gruen around here as RJ trying to come in.
Actually, drivers right.
Finishes 5th. And the top 3 have never won before in the series.
Yeah, to be fair, the top 3 are also all rookies right now, as Max Anderson leads lap number 1. Johnny Gardner, hello, dive bomb.
Steve Pollard had a good run in the truck series. Let's see if that could wait here. Here's Chris Wilson. He's never won before, too.
Yep. Although, then again, we'll be able to say that about a lot of the people here at the front for the early going of this one, as Gardner still continues to try and get back to the front, as now he'll grab second away from RJ Reynolds. And we're in store for 90 laps, as there goes Gardner.
Well, Steve Pollard comes in the second as Johnny spins. Steve's won at a Darlington, Canadian Tire, and where else? And California. So trying to get a 4th different track win here as he tries to catch down Anderson.
As McCullough and RJ Reynolds now battle for 3rd place after Gardner went around.
Let's keep this in mind too. Anderson and McCullough don't even have a top 10 this season, and they're running 130. And Anderson's leading.
Although, then again, they're not alone either, as you jinxed it.
He choked.
Nice jinx, Steven.
He choked on that.
So, Stephen Paul III now to the race lead as the battle is for second.
Who's the race leader, Charles?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna let that one slip. As here comes, look at Kev's drivers, 2nd and 3rd.
Yep. Jeffrey McCullough as Pollard running that higher line there.
Remember last season, the 33 with Stephen Paul III did pretty well until Amy Shelley caught him late in the race. The 33 has been pretty good at this track, and RCR won the inaugural race here, so the RCR's got the track figured out.
As I was trying to watch Chris Wilson there to see if he couldn't make a move, as Washer now as new leader. Jeffrey McCullough.
McCullough's best
McCullough, sorry.
Was 11th, and he's leading the races. Here comes
Well, Pollard now with a crossover here.
Chris Washer, I don't think he's won this season.
No, he isn't. He's actually the highest in points without a win, 7th in the points coming in.
He last won at Thornton last season, so trying to get snap a losing streak here.
It's over a season then since his last win.
Correct, as McCullough is not giving it up, and Steve, another good RCR car here this year as the top. There's Sam Young having another solid run in the 14 car.
Yeah, just quietly in the top 5 again in the Pep Boy Chevrolet.
Gene Sanford back to 10th. Duncan's at 9th. We haven't mentioned Amy Shelley, the person who denied Steven the win last season, at 8th, trying to go back to back.
Wouldn't that be something if she can win at this track yet again?
Nothing like Jesus the Penske, but here comes Anderson trying to run back from that choke on the beginning of the race.
As trying to go to the inside of Chris Wilson. Can he hang it in there for the entire duration of the straightaway? Yes, he can.
As Chris Wilson runs it wide there, 3 wide back there as they're battling for that position. Whoa,
A little bit of brake checking though, as Wilson gonna lose out on that one, as Gene Sanford had to think better of going to the outside of William Duncan there, and still will lose a spot.
Cole Deaver, another guy who has not won this season, he's coming up. How about Brock? He's missed 7 straight races and he's almost in the top 10.
Almost, as battling with the former champion Mary Shelley there for the 13th position.
Williams' best career finish is 4th at Charlotte in the 600, so trying to best that today, trying to get up there.
Meanwhile, Cole Deaver, as Chris Louvier actually makes the move on William Duncan for the 9th position.
Even though Steve Pollard is pulling away right now, remember in yesterday's race, Tom Shelley was pulling away till Tom caught lap traffic, allowing the engine to win the race, so it's not over yet.
As Cole Deaver had to brake check through that corner there, as might be 3 wide into the next corner. Whoa, okay, Gene Sanford getting aggressive there.
Yeah, Louvier moves up to 9th. Louvier's in the top 10 now.
Yeah.
So Steve has a big lead, but remember last year, Steve
Well,
and Paul third.
and Steve is actually already into lap traffic. He's lapped the 99 and the 07, as well as Bill Bragg Jr. in the 22.
Now, what happened to Tom yesterday got chopped on the high side, so if Steve can just pinch it down low and he can get through the traffic better than McCulley. And Steve's got more experience than Jeffrey in traffic, obviously.
Chris Washer now to second, though, in the 5 car.
Well, Chris Washer's got a lot more experience, so Washer can have a threat there.
As the defending champion has just been stealthy basically all season long.
Yeah, well, it's been struggling, but
and speaking of that outside line,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what's going to hurt Steve right there.
As now Pollard needs to try and find a way to the inside line as he's battling with one of Stephen Pollard III's teammates there in the 22.
Yep, as that's not really good, but Steve's now trying to, but it's really hard to get down there. So here comes Washer.
And we have a battle for the race lead right now, as Steve Pollard actually had an opening there behind Levi, but decided not to go for it.
And this is the problem. Everybody's on equal ratings, so it's going to be hard for lap cars.
And that decision is going to wind up costing Steve Pollard the lead, as here comes Chris Washer.
Steve's got a good car.
Steve tried to cut him off, but Washer hangs it in there for now.
Yeah, good battling up front.
Oh!
James.
I mean, you're not going to be able to pull that move off too many times in a row.
Well, I think Steve has got a fairly fast car. The problem is he just can't get to the bottom.
As now new race leader at the stripe, give the 5 bonus points to Chris Washer.
Wants it, but Steve has got to get to the bottom.
As there's an opening there. If he takes it, no.
He's being very habitual trying to pass there. Anderson, look how strong
Anderson back up to 3rd.
Anderson's got a good car. Remember, Anderson's best career finish is 13th at Chicagoland. This is a career performance for Yates Racing. The 88 struggled big time last year, too.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple seasons, as now finally Steve Pollard gets back to the inside line.
I think he's going to get Washer. I mean, Steve's got a pretty fast car. Just lap traffic is a beat word.
Well, we'll have to see what Washer can do now that he's got the lead. I mean...
Now it looks like it might be a back and forth, because if Washer gets strapped up high, Steve will pass him. Steve's going to do the same thing again. But can Anderson, RJ's best career finish is 5th. So he's having a career day right now.
The 484 running in the 4th position.
Now here's the thing. Lewis is going to get yelled at RCR if he tries to pass Steve here.
As Steve makes a peek to the inside of the 5, not able to get to driver's right.
He might, okay. Well, here comes Anderson. I don't know if Steve's got the best car. Anderson looks like he does.
Well, according to lap time, he does, but, I mean, he also had the clean air advantage there for quite a bit of this.
Yeah, there's no more clean air. Remember, no caution, so everybody's going to be trapped behind the lap traffic.
And
Anderson is coming. That 88 car is fast.
right now, just set a 15.4, which was not actually quicker than the race leaders.
I think, Steve's got to get to that bumper. I think Steve's just oh, here we go.
Trying to peak, not able to get there just yet. Washer going to be able to stay ahead as they go into turn number 1 again.
Now, can Washer hold it? What line does Washer take? Remember, lap traffic, hard to, but Braddock unlapped himself too.
And it looks like Washer more than content to give Pollard that inside line into turn 3, as now Pollard has to go up the track and now is going to have to fend off from Max Anderson.
Worth noting, we're watching battle for the lead, but William.
Oh my, Henry Stanford.
Henry's going to take a hit in the points.
Upside down was the 00, and I'm not quite sure how that happened.
Well, I was going to say Brock moved into 9th, McCullough just passed him there, and Henry Sanford, he came in 6th in points. That's going to be a hard hit.
As now looking back up towards the front, Pollard was able to re-clear Anderson for 2nd.
Now, man, did Chris Washer run season 3?
That was actually yes, he did. I'm trying to remember when he made his debut.
So he's had 2 years of experience at this track, so he's doing good. Anderson making his first start, trying to prove that wrong.
As now Anderson going to be able to grab 2nd away from Steve Pollard.
I think Steve and Anderson got the best car on the track.
Well, we'll have to wait and see as RJ Reynolds trying to throw his name into this battle as well as he tries to clear the 07. Okay.
Well, Henry's still alive somehow.
Apparently, there's a lot of damage to the back end of that car, but he's back out on track. 4 laps down, but
07 got dumped there. Boy, a lot of action.
As Amy Shelley now tries to make the move on McCullough.
McCullough right there.
And that is for the 8th position.
Well, Will Lewis just on the damn way. That's how I see it. And Anderson to the lead.
Yeah, Max Anderson has grabbed the lead away, although now Steve Pollard back up front.
Well, with all that chaos, it looks like these 3 cars are battling hard here. As let's see what happens. Looks like the high line prevails, and then the Anderson, Steve Pollard get the power down.
And now Anderson back to the race lead as RJ Reynolds even trying to make a move for 3rd on Chris Washer.
Well, I'm pretty sure the 88 hasn't won since Tom Gerard did it at Pigs Creek a few years ago.
You might be right on that.
Because I know Eric Powers didn't do jack crap last season. Sorry, Eric. I don't know where you are, buddy. But
neither do I. I don't know where he's at either.
He didn't do much last season.
Washer now back to 2nd.
As he might have a chance. It's just the lap cars. It's so hard to pass with equal ratings of lap cars. That was a horrible move by Steve.
As not going to lose a spot, though, as RJ Reynolds could not capitalize there.
Here we go. Oh, on the back bumper.
Yep, still on the back bumper, but not able to make a move, as now Chris Washer going to take advantage of Max Anderson running a higher line through 1 and 2.
Yep, these top 3 cars look like they are, unless one of them spins out. And Anderson, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do the spin and win in this series to win.
And definitely not be the one to actually spin out.
Yep. Oh god, it's Steve. If they get to the bottom, RJ's got a good car too. It's just he has to pass.
And RJ now looking for 3rd. Now Steve Pollard going to make the move for 2nd as Washer makes the move on Christopher Pierce, trying to lap the 41. And now Pollard going to grab 2nd back away from the Snickers Ford, as we are over halfway home actually.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Even if Steve wins this race, he's going to DNF the 98 next week.
Meanwhile, Max Anderson up the track. That's going to open the door for RJ Reynolds and Chris Louvier, actually.
Where did Louvier come from?
Somewhere.
Yeah, here he comes. Top 10 staying. Brock is 9th, and McCullough's 10th. Look for his first top 10 of the season.
As 3 wide between these two is getting dicey.
That's all.
Anderson.
Reynolds pushed him off.
Meanwhile, William Flickinger watches on as a lap car in this one.
Henry Sanford passing Chris Wilson 4 laps down.
Obviously not understanding the idea of just riding around, basically, but I mean, props to him at least, I guess. I don't know.
And gonna get a scorn from Charles after this race.
Meanwhile, looks like battle for 10th here with Gene Sanford and Jeffrey McCullough.
Good to see Mary Shelley having a good run after a horrifically bad season.
Right now, last scored in 12th, battling for that position with Cole Deaver.
Steve and Chris have pulled away from the 01, 44, and 88 as they were battling for wide there.
I mean, that's to be expected.
And still catch back up with the lap cars. I mean, it's been very hard. Here we go.
And especially if they start battling for the lead as well up here.
Chris had to go high over Levi. Here comes Steve.
And battle for the top spot once again. This will bring Louvier back up to these two.
And you got to think about Steve, too. He shot clock cheesed his way into the field. How would a shot clock win? That would be pretty cool.
Meanwhile, Pierce now makes the move on Chris Washer.
If the drivers win, do they get a Mercedes?
No.
Damn it.
Nice try. Louvier, though, now trying to close in on the 5 of Chris Washer. And now Anderson going to make the move for 4th.
Now, what's going to help Steve, if he can lap some cars, get a little distance, he can help himself because he cannot get by Levi to save his life.
And the problem is, here comes Christopher Pierce catching back up to that 33 as Louvier makes the move for 2nd.
Louvier won at Indy, trying to go for two
out of the last 3, yeah. Or 2 out of the last 4, I should say.
Yeah, as Gene's moved into 10th, as Amy Shelley's up to 6th.
There is that 12 car. As Gene Sanford now makes the move for 9th on the 18 of William Brock.
Nice to see Brock up here after I still hate that paint scheme, but they're running pretty good.
Gene might be able to try and make a move on Sam Young here, depending on what line he takes. We'll be able to do so, actually.
The real question is, what is the most wins in one season?
Record sits at 4.
Well, if Steve can pull it off, he'll tie the record, but it's long but over.
As Gene Sanford now moves up to 8th, setting her sights now on that 66 of Chris Wilson for 7th.
And if Steve's able to win this race, we're going to call him the jack of all trades. He won in a super speedway, a road course, Darlington. I think that's 1.5 miles. I don't know how you classify that.
It's a speedway.
Speedway. He won at Colorado Speedway this season, but it's not over. Here comes Louvier, Anderson, and Washer. They're all hunting him down.
As right now, what helped is Christopher Pierce actually was able to unlap himself from Steve Pollard.
I mean, all Steve has to do is just ride the bottom for the next 30 laps. But, that's going to be hard with these lap cars.
Yeah, it's never an easy task here at this track as he opens the door for Louvier.
But the thing about Steve's car, he's got such great power in that car. But this is the point of the race last year when Amy Shelley passed Steven for the win. So we could maybe see the same thing here. If somebody get that momentum.
Washer and Anderson nearly making contact into turn 1.
A lot of the drivers up here is, who's this guy in the 88 car?
They might be asking that question. I mean, haven't really raced him too much this season, actually.
I wonder if we're going to hear that on Radioactive on Tuesday.
That'd be something that'd be really funny to be able to do at some point. As RJ Reynolds now tries to make the move for 4th on Max Anderson.
Hello. We'll have Kev as the Kurt Busch radio sweetheart.
Well, I mean, he'd have to be in the race. As Gene Sanford now... Gene Sanford... Gene Sanford now up to 7th, passing Chris Wilson, now setting her sights to try and lap the 40 of William Flickinger.
As Charles goes full savage here, as Gene's moving up.
I do what I can. Sam Young now up to 7th, or up to 8th, now trying to pass the 47 himself, or re-overtake the 47.
Alrighty, so getting down to crunch time here, Steve's got a big lead, but that means nothing. Tom Shelley had 2-second lead with like 20 to go, and he burned it all up trying to lap cars, so it's not over yet at all.
As Amy Shelley tries to go to the outside of the 00, and actually the 47 even tried to go to the outside of the 40.
Yeah, being a nuisance. The 14 now trying to pass. He's having a good run. Where is Charles Jackson? We haven't mentioned him all day. As Chris Louvier is catching Steve, first of all.
We actually have not mentioned our points leader all day, and he is just running in the 24th position, which will actually expand his points lead somehow.
As we got a new race leader too, Chris Louvier has passed Steve Pollard.
Yes, he has, as Johnny Gardner with damage to the left side of his car.
From the lead to 36. That's an oopsie day.
Yeah, really is.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
the thing that helps Steve there, he's got Pierce in the 41 in his way, and the 33 is now back down the inside.
battle for the top spot once again. Under 20 laps to go here at Velton's Arena.
RJ in third. Right now, that would be his best grip finish. His best finish was that fifth, making up 3 laps. A 3-unit. Anderson's best finish.
Washer to fourth as Steve Pollard just turned the 01.
Well, I guess that's what the 01 gets from mirror driving.
I'm not sure how well that one's going to go over, because Louvier's probably going to be able to catch the 33 back at some point.
It might not end well. Steve Pollard's in the fence. I can't blame him. I don't know what happened, but it looks like Louvier tried to block, and Steve wasn't taking any of that crap.
Meanwhile, the battle for fourth between Anderson and Washer.
Well,
and make it a 3-car battle for third, as Gene Sanford actually has gone back around the 14.
Yep.
Still can't pass that 40 car.
That 40 car has been in the damn way all day. As Louvier's catching back up, and I don't want to be in that 33 car at all.
He might just want to move over for him. I don't know.
Well, the problem is Almarego and Louvier are just still side by side, and Steve's got nowhere to go.
True.
As Louvier might be looking for the shot in the bumper.
He might be able to if he can get there. Who knows? As now the battle kind of cooling off between the 15 and the 99. As here comes Louvier.
Oh boy! Oh, forced him again.
And Pollard able to get to the inside of the 15. Now it's going to be Louvier's job to have to try and follow underneath.
Now that's going to help Louvier. Well, that's not going to be good. Well, that's not a DEI-01 anyways, but...
No.
But this is going to hurt Louvier battling side by side with 15, as he's going to get Zorline Steve's put another car in the distance.
Well, he's going to try to at least. Louvier clears the 15.
And Almarego went super wide in that corner there.
As RJ Reynolds now tries to clear the 41.
Steve Pollard's got 10 more laps. I mean, it's not over yet. Steve is going to have a hell of a challenge because the L1 car is fast.
41 gets out of the way. As Henry Sanford apparently trying to help Gene Sanford out a little bit here.
That's right.
I heard that. And Louvier has caught back up to the 33, as now Pollard tries to battle the 99. Zorline brake checks and we're 3 wide.
I don't know what Zorline thought he was doing, but that's not going to help.
As now Louvier is stuck on the outside as well as Pollard.
Well, it's going to help Pollard because he's stuck on the outside too.
This could very much help the 44, maybe.
If RJ Reynolds wins, Kev is going to faint.
As RJ is going to go for second now.
Now, Steve is going to clear the 15. If he clears the 15, he's got it made.
Well, he's got him cleared for now.
Now, that's the problem. This is like I mentioned. Equal ratings. You cannot just lap cars and have them pull over. They're going to battle you.
Meanwhile, Christopher Pierce actually is battling with the 5 car of Chris Washer. That's not even a battle for position, as Gene Sanford was able to get around her brother there in the 00.
Well, and now Steve has got a point with 4 or 5 laps to go. Can Steve hold on to this? It's going to be hard. He's going to have to not have Almarego pass or get caught up with Zorline.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. 4 laps to go now. The lead about a second.
He's got to stay on that bottom. If he goes high, he's going to lose the race. He's just going to pinch it.
As so far so good.
3 to go. Can Steve do it? He's going to win his 5th race of the total year, 4th in the Cup Series. Oh,
As
Almarego. Oh, it's going to be good.
2
Almarego's
to
going to try to
go.
pass the 33. No, Almarego's
Not
staying put.
yet.
Can Steve do it? Here we go. White flag. Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Obvious. Not yet. No.
Oh,
Now the white flag is out for the Mercedes Dirt Derby Classic.
Oh no, right there. There we go. Oh boy, Steve's got to be careful. If he spins out, it's going to be the greatest reaction ever.
Through turn 3 for the final time, and Steve Pollard will win for the 4th time this year, and Max Anderson grabs 2nd.
Wow, good run. Best grid finish for Anderson, RJ, Steve Pollard. California Motorsport, Darlington, and now the Dirt Derby. Here we go.
And there's that.
Well, that was what a win by Steve Pollard, and he's going to be looking really strong into the chase.
Yeah, clearly. As Steve Pollard grabs yet another win on the season. Ignore the fact that only 22 cars are on the lead lap.
I can hear the excitement in Charles' voice saying that Stephen Pollard III won the race, going back to the beginning of there. There's Stephen right there.
So Steve Pollard, Max Anderson, Chris Louvier, RJ Reynolds, Chris Washer, Amy Shelley, Sam Young, Gene Sanford, William Duncan, and William Brock, the top 10. So a couple drivers there with their best finish. Anderson, RJ Reynolds. Just trying to look.
Brock with a 10th place after missing 7 straight races. That's an incredible result for them.
Jackson somehow is actually going to increase his points lead even farther.
Well, yeah, because Will Hoy finished back there too.
Well, I mean, the one that... Well, actually, it might close down. Who knows? I mean, Vince Almarego was 3rd. Where's the 15?
He was in the back. Remember where he got lapped?
Oh, yeah, that's right. For some reason, it felt like he was up there the entire time. As parking lot continues, we're gonna take a look at what happened with the 00, but then after that, we'll go and basically sign off. So one moment, and we'll be right there with the incident with the 00
and the final thoughts
and that. And we're back, a little bit of a precursor to the incident with the 00. Dylan Young actually gets turned by Mark George off of this corner right here, turn 2.
And they were not partying like 1957.
And you see there's the 00, and it kind of affected him in a way in that sense, and just loses it, gets a little bit of help from the 10 car, but I mean, he was already sideways at that point and goes for a little bit of a flip.
And, well, let's like the burgers, flaming hot. That car's flaming flop after that flip.
And with that will do it for this one, as I hand it over to Steven for his final thoughts. Worth noting, it looks like Steve Pollard actually has set the record for most wins in a single season in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series.
It's not rigged, I'm serious. But anyways, good win to Steve Pollard. It's definitely been a good race. Just like the Truck Series, a lot of passing. Steve had the great momentum. Avenging his brothers lost last season to Amy Shelley. Anderson, best career finish besides this race was 13th. Great day for the Snickers team, and good day for RJ having his best career finish, and good also day for Brock. Next 3 races to go to the chase. Riverside, Texas, and Richmond. Steve Pollard is looking for a 1.5 mile win, so we'll see if he can get it this year. And I'm looking forward to Riverside. Road course racing, old style track. And whoever starts in the pole most likely will win. So I'll see you guys at Riverside. And we're going to be flying from Germany all the way to goddamn Riverside.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, we get to make a stop in Iowa first, I believe. So.
Oh, that's the least bad. We get to see the cornfields.
Yep. So with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Gordon Fantana 1. This has been a production of the NRSL. I'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.